Maneuver yourself away from this, okay? So we're gonna go live on YouTube, and while I'm going live on YouTube, I'm still gonna show you the presentation that I built for you, okay? And so earlier when I got off, when we finished, they gave me a break to take. Earlier, we were talking about your womb. We were talking about your ovaries. And everybody sees the picture of the womb right there. You got your fallopian tubes, your ovaries, your cervix, your vagina. That's a frontal view, right? Your entire life is in 3D. I'm in 3D. We're all in 3D in here. It's so many dimensions to you as a human, as a person. There are dimensions to your womb. So on the back side of your womb, there are a lot of ligaments and veins and vessels that hold her intact, and it helps your entire body to function as a woman, okay? I detox those veins and those vessels and those ligaments that sits on the back side. So this picture right here, this is a little bit more, detailed view of your uterus. And it's important that, yeah, I'm going to tell you a few things. I'm going to show you a few things. But in your free time and in between time, I love to look at pictures. You want to look at some pictures, right? I used to look at the Calhoun Gynecological Papyrus. I had to be able to read that papyrus. I had to be able to read the metanoeta, if you know what the metanoeta is. I had to be able to read that. I had to be able to dictate everything I saw inscribed on any of the walls of Egypt, right? As it pertains to your health. I had to be able to, without having any history or knowledge of it, right? You're going to have to be able to look at this picture. You got to be able to look at this womb. You have no knowledge, no history of it. You're going to have to be able to look at this womb and determine what's going on with your body, with your health. If you can't look at this womb and determine what's going on with your body or your health, you're going to kill off a whole generation of colored people because you won't be able to reproduce. You won't be able to have your babies. You're going to be infertile. If you do give birth to a baby, the baby going to be sick. And then your daughter infertile or your son infertile, right? Everybody knows who Margaret Sanger is? Anybody know Margaret Sanger? You know Margaret Sanger? Or you just putting your finger up? No. Nobody knows who Margaret Sanger is. Everybody knows that when slavery ended, we were supposed to be getting certain things so we could still maintain. We had to live, right? And so this white lady named Margaret Sanger, remember y'all, I ain't no racist now. YouTube blocked me a lot in the past because I make racial comments, okay? So I can't make racial comments, okay? Or I'll get banned from social media. Yeah, so we have to make sure that these aren't racial comments I'm making. This is just historical facts, okay? Margaret Sanger said that black people were so feeble-minded. That means you dumb. She said you so dumb that you don't need to have no baby. We don't want you to make no baby. And the best way to stop you from making a baby is to give you birth control. Because when they freed us as slaves, my womb is a money maker. That means I'm popping out babies because my slave master can sell every baby I make. So that's money. That's money. It's like chickens. All them chickens on the farm, that's money. Now I'm not your slave and I got all these kids. Mr. Joseph, you're going to have to tell him to pipe it down just a second so everybody can hear me. Your homeboy right there. So I told him for you, Bernadette. You're welcome. So I'm trying to follow your lead. So look. She said that because we were so dumb, we shouldn't have no babies. She said we need birth control. Don't you know all of your ancestors who had babies? Don't you know when slavery ended because they didn't give your ancestors no money to be able to live? They had to go get on welfare. The white women was getting on welfare too. The white women got on it, but when the black woman came out there to get on her welfare with them 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids, they realized, the welfare system is a government-assisted program. So you taking money out somebody's pocket to make sure your kids eat. So Margaret said, if you want this welfare check, ma'am, for them 9 kids you already got, you have to agree to let us sterilize you. That way you don't have no more babies. That project today is called Planned Parenthood. So Margaret Sanger started something. Mr. Joseph, you got to tell him stop talking while I'm talking. I'm a goddess, but I told you I used to be real rough back in the day. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm going to educate every woman and man in this room. And I ain't going to talk over your voice. Okay? So I'm educating you too. Don't you want to learn? I'm teaching you about your scrotum. I'm going to teach you how to keep your nuts clean. Yeah. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to educate the people. You got to be quiet, baby. It's like the Dalai Lama, baby. You got to come with the peace. Okay? I love you. Okay? You my man, 100 grand. So, in order for your ancestor to be able to feed, for them to feed their kids, they had to agree to sterilization. Don't you know when we came over here, we didn't even speak English? When we came to this country, we did not speak their language. The English man come from England. He come out the Caucasus Mountains. He's a Caucasian man. When he came here and he subjected us to slavery, he didn't tell us nothing. He showed us what we needed to do. By the time he taught us English, it was hundreds of years after slavery to the point where we could learn a new language. When my ancestors came here, we didn't even want to talk. And if we did talk, we were trying to tell the new people who came off the boat, this ain't where you want to be. That's when they started putting muzzles on our mouth. They don't want us to tell nobody nothing. So now the new language we speak, this English that we speak, they call it Ebonics because it's broken English, because it's not my natural mother tongue. So now I can speak a little bit of English. They're going to let me read a few things, but I still don't know what they're talking about. So when I signed that paper that said I agree to allow you to sterilize me, I didn't know what I was doing. So just because of slavery itself and the abolition of slavery, they already destroyed hundreds of generations of families because they sterilized us, right? I don't agree with sterilization. I don't agree with birth control. But the reason that a lot of us are in the condition that we're in today is because it was given to us, right? We was born into a situation. When you think about the health of a black woman's womb, she's still under the control of Margaret Sanger, because I'm going to make sure, as the devil, as a negative entity, as the wrath of God to be upon all of his unborn, his firstborn males, I'm going to make sure you never carry a child in your womb. And I'm going to see to it that I destroy your womb every chance I get. So I'm going to make sure you catch your STD, and I'm not going to tell you that you have an STD. I'm going to make sure that you have your fibroids. I'm not going to tell you that you have a fibroid. I'm going to make sure that you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I'm not even going to tell you how you got it. I'm going to make sure I do everything in my power, because it was never the intention for you to be a free person. You work for me. You're not supposed to be free. You my worker. So I don't have nothing for you. And you look around this room, you look at the United States, you look at Africa, you look at China, you look at Russia. They invaded the country so much, pillaged, robbed, and raped that country so much that your colored people are all over this world, and we all still in poverty, still being miseducated, still being misguided, right? So as the child of God, all of us are born in God's image, so we're all the children of God. Everybody has to be resurrected. Everybody has to wake up. The Apostle Paul said he was walking around with scales on his eyes. You got to wake up. And if you don't wake up, we all people walking around sleeping. I was sleeping too. I was sleeping for a long time. I've been sleeping for eons. I'm 39 years old. I'll be 40 years old next year. But this is not my first time on this planet. I always been here. We always been here. Because energy don't die, right? So all of us have always been here. So when you see me, you be like, I think I saw you before. You saw me in another lifetime. We crossed each other's path, right? But I wasn't woke, and neither was you. So you got to wake yourself up. Jesus was Jesus, but he still had to wake up. He wasn't nobody until he woke up. Then when he woke up, he realized, dang, I got some work I got to do. I got something I got to do for God's people before his time expire. I got something I got to do for you before my time expire, right? Everybody know Dr. Savy? You know Dr. Savy? You know Dr. Savy, right? His time expired. And he knew his time was going to expire. His time expired. Ain't no more Dr. Sabies. He gone. Ain't no more Martin Luther Kings. There's no more Malcolm X. There's no more Rosa Parks. There's no Maya Angelos, right? We leaving, right? Waiting for somebody to be reincarnated and wake up and come teach the world. And until somebody wakes up and come teach the world, we out here like a sheep without a shepherd. God woke me up. I got a labradorite sitting on my forehead to protect my third eye, right? Most people come outside, they wear their shade so you can't pierce into their soul. You can pierce into my soul as much as you can try, but I keep my third eye protected, right? Because that's what God told me to do while I'm going out here into the world teaching people. I teach people all over the world. I make myself so vulnerable to you that any of y'all could reach out and touch me and take my soul, take my life away. You can pull the energy from my flesh, right? If I die tomorrow on that plane going back to the United States of America, don't you know it's going to be practically impossible for y'all to save y'all womb? It's going to be practically impossible. That's just how it is. So you got to take all the education you can get, take all the knowledge you can get so you can go and tell somebody else. Go educate your daughters, you educate your niece, you educate your mamas, your aunties, your cousins. You educate them as much as possible So when they grow up, they're going to educate their baby girls. Because up until I found this product and put a patent on it, put a trademark on it, put it all over the world, wasn't no vagina safe. My vagina wasn't no good. When I contracted syphilis, I didn't even know I had syphilis. I didn't know what was wrong with me. And my mama didn't tell me. My mama didn't sit me down and say, Ivy, you got an STD. My mama didn't even tell me what it was. She didn't tell me nothing. You know? I'm probably still battling with that. But my mama OG. My mama a thug. And my mama raised me like a thug because my mama was getting molested too. My mama got messed up growing up too. Ain't nobody teaching my mama nothing either. My grandma had 13 kids. My mama ain't had time to teach nobody. She raising 13 kids. And when my mama was raising my 13 aunties and uncles, she got 25 cents an hour washing the white lady clothes. She washed clothes for the white woman. So my grandma grew up in poverty. My granddaddy didn't stay there to help her raise them 13 kids. She raised them by herself. So whatever happened, happened. And then my mama raised me. And this is how it turned out. And you know, my mama did the best she could. And now I gotta raise my daughters. You know all the stuff I went through growing up. I done did so much drugs, I had so many STDs and slept with so many men. I done robbed men, I done got shot at. Man, I done here fighting dudes in the street, they jumping girls, they shanking little girls. My daughter's popping mollies, popping Percocets, getting pregnant, catching STDs. My daughter's doing the same thing that mama was doing. I can't have that for my daughters, right? So thank God. Thank God that their mama get to see me like this. And they never get to see their mama like that. My son, 24 years old, my son rap for a living. You know, all the little black boys, that's what they like to do. My son rap for a living. My son can't see his mama on drugs or getting abused by a man. When you get your education on point, when you start really manifesting and working the atomic energies within your body, you get to change your mindset. You get to open up your chakras. You get to open up your pineal gland. You really get to work your energy. Work your energy so you can vibrate, so you can manifest. That way you realize that everything you see in front of you, you seeing me and you seeing these people and that's in this room. It's just a part of life, but it's not your life. All y'all pieces of energy I'm staring at, y'all just a part of life. You just pieces of light in this room. And we could do so much with each other. We could do so much as a team. When I started doing this detoxing work, it was 2009. I only had one product. I had my vagina, and that was it. One night, an epiphany hit me. An epiphany is when you have something go through your head. It hits you in the brain. It's mind-blowing. Like, it's so mind-blowing. When it hits you, it'll bring you to your knees. It really hits you hard. You could just be walking, and out of nowhere, it hits you. It's like a bolt just runs through you. And when it hits you, your brain explodes, right? So I had an epiphany. And when I had that epiphany, it brought tears to my eyes because I realized I'm finally good at something, okay? And I'm gonna make sure I don't cry because of my mascara and stuff, but let me tell you, see, I was never good at anything. I can use a computer. I'm really good with a computer, okay? But I ain't good at nothing, okay? I wasn't good for anything, something that I was gonna be proud of, right? I'm good at what I do right here. And I'm very proud of what I do right here. Every product on this table, I made it myself. Everything in my clinic, I got a 5-office clinic back in South Carolina. That's my clinic. I made all that stuff in there myself. When I tell you about your vagina, I went and read a book to tell you about your vagina. I didn't go to no school to learn about your vagina. I got my GED when I was 16 because I had my son at 15 and my mom and daddy said, no, you're not taking care of me and that baby. And I didn't really know who Tyree Daddy was because I was in the street drinking and I blacked out one night and I woke up pregnant. So I had to take care of my son. I had to scrape my knuckles out the mud. I still had to sleep with men to get money to feed my son. You know, I did a lot of things to take care of my kids. And now I got somebody that I can be proud of this. I did all this myself because I had to save my womb. After I saved my womb, I was able to save the whole world. I'm the goddess of womb healing. There's only one me. I'm the first. That's it. Nobody else existed before me. And nobody else is going to exist after me. You wait till I wake up again. You wait till I reincarnate again and I come again. And by the time I come back around, I'm going to be talking to your kids, and your grandkids, and your great-grandkids. And by the time you come back around, you're going to be teaching them too. Right? I hope everybody believes in reincarnation. I hope you do. I hope you do because, you know, the Virgin Mary didn't have to have Jesus. She could have offed him. Because a lot of us abort our babies. You could have offed them. She could have offed Jesus. A lot of us right now aborting our babies. You could give birth to a baby, somebody like Barack Obama. You give birth to your son. He could be kings of kings and lords of lords, but you would never know because you abort your baby. Right? That's the tactic of the enemy. So don't abort your baby. If you get pregnant and you feel like this ain't the route for you, God got a plan for you. God had a plan for Mary. God had a plan for me because them things was popping up inside of me, and I ain't have a pack of piss in the window and throw them out. I had nothing. I had nothing. I was homeless. I was in the group home. My mama put me in the group home. My mom and daddy put me in the group home. Like, I already grew up getting molested a lot, you know? I already grew up catching STDs real young. So I already had a whole lot of trauma. And then when I decided to get pregnant by somebody, whoever I got pregnant by, my parents said, as their child, as their 16-year-old child, we still don't want you. You still ain't good for nothing. And so one day I went to the courthouse with my mom and my daddy, and they went inside the courtroom, and I sat outside in the hallway waiting for my mom and daddy to come out. And I looked outside the window. This in Washington, D.C. I looked outside the window at the courthouse, and I said, dang, it's starting to get real dark. When the judge gonna be done with my mom and my daddy? My mom and daddy never came back out that courtroom. They never came back out. A white man came out. He said, you coming with me? I said, come with you where? Where my mom and daddy at? Your mom and daddy gone. My mom and daddy gave me up to the courts and didn't even have the decency to walk out that door and say goodbye to me. So I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier. I'm a real soldier. That's why I got all these tats on me, and I'm still getting tatted up. Yeah, I'm a soldier for real, right? And I love my mom and my daddy. They did whatever they thought was best. They did whatever they thought was best. When my daddy deathbed, he apologized for everything. My mama got dementia. She still apologized for everything. She did the best she could. She did the best she could with what she had, so I can't criticize my parents. But growing up with no parents and my kids, and I'm in the street and I'm homeless, I'm sleeping in cars, I'm sleeping on the street, I'm sleeping on people's steps, and my parents living good, warm, comfortable in the house, it make you feel some type of way. It make you feel some type of way about your parents, make you feel some type of way about people, right? But I got out of foster care, right? When I turned 18, they put me out. The judge told me, get out the foster home. He said, Ivy, you smart, you can live, you good, get out. They put me out, got my first apartment when I was 18. I went to college, right? And I dropped out. I got pregnant by Hervey, got pregnant with twins. And I thought Hervey was gonna want me. Because a child that grew up without no family gonna always want a family. A boy that grew up without his mama, he gonna always want a mama. A girl that grew up without her daddy, she gonna always want a daddy. I be a grown woman still looking for my daddy. So I like old men. Because I got that old daddy syndrome. I ain't never had no daddy. You got some men who grow up, he looking for a mama. He a titty boy. That's how I was too. I wanted a family. I wanted somebody who's gonna love me because ain't nobody loved me. So I said, dang, at least I got my son. My son gonna love me. That's inappropriate thinking though. Because I can't put all my hopes, wishes, and dreams into a little boy. He can't love me like the love that I need, that I was supposed to get from my parents. He can't do that for me. But I had my son. I got pregnant by Hervey, got pregnant with twins. I thought Hervey was gonna be my man. He was gonna love me. We was in college. He said, I don't want no babies right now. And I said, hold up, little nigga. You be sending me pictures of you and your nephew playing all the time. I figure you like little kids. He said, yeah, I do, but I ain't ready for no baby. I'm in college, Ivy. I'm in college too. This is my life too. You know, I'm in college with you. I'm trying to go to school and be something successful too. I wanted to be an attorney. I never made it back to school. I ended up in an abortion clinic. I ended up aborting my baby because he said he didn't want to be no daddy. And I said, you know what? I'd rather abort these babies and have my man than get rid of my man and keep my baby. I went to the clinic and got on that table. I would never go in an abortion clinic again. I see why they blow them suckers up. I would never go back in there again. I was 18 years old on that daggone table. That doctor ain't say nothing. I had to lay there and listen to the sounds of him crushing my baby up. I had to listen to it, and I never thought I'd have an abortion. I had to listen to that man, and then after he did it, he gave me 2 pain pills. He told me, sit down. When you get yourself together, you can leave the clinic, go get you some pads. I bled for months after that. Don't you know when I got home after my abortion, Hervey called me. He said, Allie, I'm sorry about what I said. I'm ready to be a daddy. I said, what the hell? Man, life gave me so many twists and turns. But I believe in reincarnation. That's why I got my 2 daughters. That's why I got Chandra Pretty. That's why I got Johnny Angel. That's why I got 2 little daughters. God still gave them to me. And they gonna live after me. And right now in Washington, D.C. and South Carolina, Johnny Angel and Chandra is answering the phone and packing orders. That's what my baby girl's doing for me right now. I'm all my kids got. My kids ain't got no daddy. I'm a single black mama, right? I met John. My kids reincarnated through other men, of course, not through Hervey. I met John after I had my abortions. John smoked cocaine and he pushed cocaine. I ain't never dated no man with a job. I've been so aggressive and in the street so long, getting beat up by men so long. All I meet is dope dealers. I ain't never met no man with a job. Every man I meet got a gun. He got dope and he got money in a car. Every man, what you want? I ain't mean for it to come out like that. What you want, sweetheart? She said y'all got 5 minutes of question time. I don't know why she coming here and giving them notice, because I'm gonna tell y'all what to say. She said y'all got, listen, you ain't gotta have 5 minutes. Put your hand up. If you gotta ask me something, don't be ashamed. Because I'm gone after this. I'm gone. I can't leave the country for a whole year. Once I get back to the US, I can't leave the country for a whole year. I can't even leave my hometown for a whole year. I'm like on house arrest. So I won't be back here. Okay? And should something happen to me over there, because you know my family got a rough history. My family got a real rough past. All of us grew up crazy. Anything can happen to me when I go back home, right? But I'm rested in my soul. When you rest in your soul, when you know it, when you gotta do what you gotta do, you good. I can rest in peace, right? So if you got a question, ask me. Raise your hand, okay? Where you from? I'm from Where your ancestors from? That's what I'm talking about. See, that's the migration right there. That's the migration. You come into Trinidad and we bless and highly favor. Yes, sir. Somebody like you. Yes, sir. Educate us and we have the thank God. God bless you richly. And your family and your mommy and your daddy for bringing us. And I love Buddhists. I love Buddhists. You a Buddhist? I'm a Hindu, but you Hindu. Hinduism. Okay. Okay. You over there with the Sri Lankans. I speak the word in English. Okay then. I love you for that. I love you for that. Okay. So we thank God for you. Do I like Buddhists? Man, I like everybody. If he like it, I love it. Because guess what? It's some good Buddhists out here. It's some good people out here who practice Shintoism. You got some good Baptists. You got some good Christians. You got some good Muslims. You got some crazy Muslims. Okay? Yeah. He is weird. Okay? We got all kinds of people out here. So I can't say I don't like a person because of their religious belief system, because there's many gods out here. It's many gods. Every god desires worship, so he has to have his people. Yes, ma'am. I like him. I don't care who he served. That's on him. He rubbing big bellies. I don't care. That's on him. I don't have no religious preference. Yes, ma'am. Everything right here on the table, and this stuff over there. I was doing real good earlier. My first half, I did real good. I was educating everybody in their womb health. But I done went downstairs, took my shoes off, and came back up. It's Mike Tyson time now, baby. Yes, ma'am. But I do detox the vagina. That's what. Oh, this is at the beginning. I detox the vagina, so you know I'm the founder of Yoni Pearls. Everybody know about Yoni Pearls, right? Oh, y'all, how y'all know about Yoni Pearls? You say you heard about it the other day? So this shit you knew, baby. You knew the Yoni Pearls. Okay, I love you. You know about Yoni Pearls? You knew to it too. But some of y'all already know. Some of y'all already know about Yoni Pearls. Nobody don't know. Listen. Listen. I'm gonna snap her back. I'm gonna get you back to your natural tightness, your natural moisture balance, your natural pH balance. I'm gonna make you like a virgin. So no matter what you went through in life, I'm gonna knock all them traumas away. I'm gonna open up your root chakra, which is your cervix. I'm gonna open up your root chakra. When I open up your root chakra, I'm gonna open up all your chakras. I'm gonna open up your third eye, your pineal gland. I'm gonna open up your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your solar plexus. I'm gonna keep your womb clean. I'm gonna keep it sacred. Whoever you sleep with after you detox, whatever man you let get up in there, whoever he is, you better make sure he the one. Because your vagina is gonna become a magnet. Because it's gonna be the cleanest, purest vagina your man has ever felt. That's it, okay? I got stalkers. Yeah. I got stalkers all over the world. He's gonna be, yeah, I'm on YouTube. I got stalkers all over YouTube. I got them everywhere. So with me testing positive for syphilis, I done tested positive for chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomonas. Okay, there's been times when I had chlamydia and trichomonas at the same time, which means the dude I was sleeping with, this spammer was burning twice. And then he come burn me, right? Yeah, sleeping with multiple partners, taking a lot of ecstasy pills, having random sex. I lived a very wild life in DC, very, very wild life. And so I had to heal from all of that. If you ever tested positive for a sexually transmitted disease, you took your medicine, you still have to detox. Because even though you killed the parasite or that pathogen that was living inside of you, depending on how long you had that STD, that's how much cell damage you created. Okay? And so now your body has dead cells, dead pathogens, a dead STD is sitting inside your womb right now. Most women cream when they having sex. If you creaming on that man's penis when you having sex, that's all them dead cells and yeast. You ain't gonna suck it all. He think it's peaches and cream. That's not the truth. It's not peaches and cream. It's peaches and death. Okay? So if you are creaming on your man's penis, guess what? You ain't gonna cream no more. Because we're gonna clean you out. I'm gonna clean you out really, really good. I don't know about the little sisters over here, but sometimes us younger girls tend to cream. Okay? If you as an older woman, if you creaming, I'm gonna clean it out. Okay? Because you don't want that on your man's penis. You don't want that penetrating his urethra. You don't want that sitting into his scrotum. Okay? Because that's negative energy. Okay? And it'll mess up his root chakra, just like it's messing up our root chakra, right? So you'll detox for that. If you ever took birth control, any woman ever took birth control, you have to detox for that because it's a chemical protein. Your body is made from the ground. Everything in you is ground derivative. So when you start ingesting chemicals into your body, she can't read it. She's not programmed to read a chemical, so she doesn't know what to do with it. So you took the birth control, you're not on it now, your body still has the chemical protein sitting on your ovaries. And because your ovaries is attached to your lymphatic system, that chemical protein sits in your body. Okay? So you have to detox for that. So with the different pearls that I have, I forgot y'all still don't know what the pearl is. But these pearls, look, you're going to take a pearl, you're going to put this in your vagina. You're going to get it all the way up to your cervix, okay? I'm the only person with it, okay? I'm on Instagram, Real Yoni Pearls. When I get back to the States, we're doing a 100 pearl giveaway. That's what we give away 100 Yoni pearls. We just did it about 4 months ago. We gave away 500 pearls because you only get 5 winners, right? That's if you hustling. Especially if, yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. Mm-hmm.
What about like microfossils and systems? Not really polycystic, but
You can have the pearls that I've created thus far. Remember, every pearl that I had to create a formula for it. And so for me to create a formula for a pearl means that a woman has to walk up to me and say, hey, Ivy, I have an abnormal cyst in my uterus. Because I'm not a doctor, right? And I didn't go to school, right? I didn't know what hydrogenated supertiva was till the woman came and told me that she had it in her vagina. Okay? So I don't know. I don't know up here. You have to come and tell me, and then I let God do his work, and then I make this for you. Okay? So to date, I have 24 formulas and 9 patents. Okay? So with these 9 patents, I can detox your body, detox your lymphatic system, your womb, your cervix, your ovaries, your ligaments, your mesothelium, your ovaries, your fallopian tubes. I detox everything for fibroids, endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, STDs, bacterial vaginosis, the herpes simplex virus, the human papilloma virus, hydrogenated supertiva, the common yeast infection, right? So if you have anything like that, I'm going to cleanse you. If you've never had a diagnosis for anything I said, but you got the symptoms, you don't have fibroids. Your doctor never said you had fibroids, but you have heavy bleeding. You done had some abortions in the past. You've had some sexually transmitted diseases in the past. You cramping when it's time for your period. I'm going to detox you for fibroids anyway. I'm not waiting for you to tell me that what your doctor told you, because I know what a doctor can tell people. That's why we messed up now. So I'm not waiting for that. I told the people who was here earlier today, I worked in the U.S. government my whole life. I'm a U.S. government whistleblower. So the things I'm telling you, I shouldn't even be telling you right now. So if you're sick from something, don't wait for the doctor to tell you why you're sick. You tell me what you feel. You tell me what's going on, what you feel down here. And based off what you feel down here, I'm going to make something for you or already have it existing. Okay? So if you have a symptom like you're heavy bleeding, discharge during sex, pain during sex, odor, you got blisters underneath your arms, boils underneath your arms, you're getting blisters on your clitoris, your labia, your rectum, you got blisters on your butt, you got boils between your thighs, your lower belly, between your breasts, Anything like that going on with your body, going on with your vagina, you tell me. Because I'm going to heal you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure that you're healthy because your womb is so sacred. If you don't have no vagina, you're nothing, okay? A woman with no vagina, there's nothing you can do. You go out there and get them daggone hysterectomies, you better tell them they better let you keep your cervix. A woman with no cervix has no sex life because every time a man go up in your penis, in your vagina, his penis has to feel your cervix. If you ain't got no cervix up there, that man hitting walls. And don't no man want to hit walls his whole life. He going to find a woman with a cervix. So you better be an old woman before you get that hysterectomy. You better have a good, secure man at home because he going to leave you. That's just how it is. He got to feel something in there. And if you loose as a goose, he really going to leave. That's why we got the tightening pearl. If you're loose down there, say Abby is kind of loose. I done had about 6 babies. I had 3 vaginal births. And my daughter Johnny Angel got the head of a predator. When she came out, I said, dang, look how, I got a big head. My daughter head is huge. Yeah, and I said, dang, Johnny loosened my vagina up. She loosened it up. And now I take hot baths before sex, and she be tight for about 3 minutes, and then, hope you get it while you get it. Loose now. I started trying alternatives. I used to put seasonal salt in the tub. Somebody told me put seasonal salt in the tub, and that's gonna tighten it. Hell, I put the whole damn jar in there. I'm like, we really gonna get it in tonight. No, I just smelled like meat the whole night. So I did a lot of different things trying to take care of myself. But if you suffer with vaginal looseness, dryness, odor, anything of that nature, we'll fix that for you, right? I made every last one of these pearls. I discovered this in 2009 because my husband told me I had an odor. And as a result, 10 years later, I'm here today just educating the whole world on taking care of themselves. So whatever traumas that you're dealing with, just let me know. My traumas would be like I was molested a lot, right? So my uncle used to always try to penetrate me, but he couldn't. His penis was too big. I was a little girl, but he still did that to me, right? That's a trauma. That's not a diagnosis. That's not a symptom, but it's a trauma, right? Another trauma would be as a result of me having my abortion. I had my abortion. The symptoms of me having my abortion was excessive bleeding. I bled really, really heavily. It was more than 6 weeks. I passed a lot of blood clots. And I didn't know why. I didn't know why these clots were still coming out. The doctor said you're going to bleed for 6 weeks like with a regular baby, and it will go away, but it never stopped. And I never went back to the doctor. I just figured at some point it's going to stop. I was in the bed dang near dying. I couldn't get out my bed because this bleeding wouldn't stop. And I told you I started thinking John snort powder. He snort powder, he trafficking. He locked up right now in 2035 for trafficking, racketeering charges. He never was home with his daughter. I gave birth to Johnny Angel in a shelter, but he was snorting real bad back then. And back then I knew about weed. I didn't really know about tooting. I wasn't tooting, I was a smoker. And one night he came home and he started fighting me. He was fighting me because I had a hot dog on my nightstand. I didn't finish eating it. And he was so retarded. He was so retarded. He started wrestling me like the WWF. And I was like, what's wrong with this nigga? And he pulling on me and stuff, but he wrestled me so much that I started bleeding real heavy. Like the blood just started coming out. And when it started coming out, I called my mama. I don't care what nobody said about my mama. My mama is a goat. She said, what's wrong with you? I said, Mama, I won't stop bleeding. We get to the hospital. She told John, you killed my grandbaby. My mama knew I was miscarrying. My mama didn't know I already had an abortion with twins and that they left one in me. I never told my mama that because I wouldn't want to hurt my mama. When I went in the ER with the people, I went in the back with the nurse. She said, you want your mama to come with you? I said, no. They said, well, let's see what's going on with you. And I told them I had an abortion. She said, well, let's go examine you. They said, they came back and said, you still got a fetus sitting inside of you. I was pregnant with twins. So I realized when you go to the abortion clinic, they don't care about you either. That's why Planned Parenthood sell your baby on the black market. If you don't care enough about your baby, don't think the white man gonna care or whoever in there sucking that baby out. They gonna sell your baby to whoever want that little black baby parts. Them baby lungs is good, his heart is good, his liver is good. That's a good little baby. Hey, the beautiful little baby they took out of me, I'm pretty sure. Good baby, right? So now I gotta get a DNC. Then they gotta scrape my uterine walls to pull all of that out of me. They had to put me to sleep. My family very spiritual. So I used to always dream that I was flushing goldfish down the toilet. I was always flushing 2 little goldfish down the toilet. And both of them had nice, pretty hair. I said, damn, Ivy, you killed little girls. That's why I'm so blessed to still have my daughters. I'm blessed to have Johnny Angel and Shanjari. I'm blessed to have them. Like, that's my life right there. Those my babies that at one point in time I got rid of. Right? But he beat me so much, and that's what happened. And after I had Johnny Angel, I met Sean, and he's another tutor. And he used to beat me real bad too. And when I got pregnant with Shanjari, one night he kicked me in my stomach. I was getting out the van, I was in the back seat. And I'm so pressed for love. I'm so pressed for a man to love me. I'm so pressed. I'm pressed for a man to love me. Okay? So anything I could get from a man as a symbol of love, I'm taking it. He had a picture in the back of his van of his other kids. What dumbass I do? She grabbed the picture. I said, shit, these my kids too. I take the picture. And Sean, he's the devil. He committed suicide in 2012. He's the devil, okay? There was nothing good in him, and he couldn't produce nothing good in him. He was just so bad. So when he met me, he tormented my spirit. He put a trauma on my spirit. I was already getting beat by men. I was already getting molested by men. Now I got another man in my life. Hell, I done went from one man to the next, getting my butt whooped, okay? Long story short, but I met James. We played top out. He was calling the police. When I got married to James, he gonna call the police because I used to tear him up on Friday. I wasn't getting beat no more. Enough was enough, right? I'm for real. He locked up right now too now. And when he called me every now and then and say he still want to get back married again, he liked them whoopings. So you get conditioned. You get conditioned up here, okay? You get like I can Tina. Shit, after a while, you get conditioned. It's up there, right? So I got pregnant with Sean Jari. Sean gave me trichomonas. When I found out I was pregnant, I had trichomonas at the same time. I got a parasite inside of my vagina while my baby up here trying to grow. That's toxic. I'm trying to give my baby a clean life for 9 months, and the whole time it's parasites up there. Hurt my baby. And one night when I was down the van, my little dumb butt grabbed the picture. He's such the devil. I don't even know how he looked in the rear view to see me take the picture. And he said, where my picture at? And I said, I don't know where it is. But now I'm trying to open up the van door and jump out because I know he crazy. And on my way getting out the van, he about 7 feet tall. He turns around in the driver's seat, and he kicked me. And to this day, my daughter got acid reflux. He damaged my baby belly. He kicked me that hard in my stomach, and my baby felt that. So my baby have a hard time with her stomach, right? A lot of stuff that happen while we're pregnant has an effect on our babies. And I love you. Come on, give me some sugar.
God bless you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
I know you be having that 24 karat gold and everything, but they told you don't wear it in Trinidad, didn't they?
All right. I want to say something. On 750 billion people, 750 billion people living.
Yes, sir.
I say on 800 to 900 billion on every single human behalf. I want to thank God for you. And on my behalf, 10,000 billion times, God bless you richly. So we thank you for this world. To God bless somebody like you. And God bless you. And stay sweet as you are.
He smells good too. Came up in here stunting.
Like sugar, Granny. I want you to write your loved ones. Write your mommy, your daddy, your children. 143.
That's my number?
143. I love you. Everybody love you.
Oh, 143.
143 is 1 is I, LOV love is 4, YOU is 3. 143.
It's 1433. You know why?
No.
Because I love you too.
Right.
See what I'm saying? See, that's what I do. I'm on it. You my homie. Okay, baby, I love you.
Yes.
Okay, God bless you too. So sweet. It's so sweet. Yeah, did you get him that free prostate pill? You got yours. You take care. I love you. I love you. We need more men like him. I need a man just like him. Just need to be a little bit darker, a little bit shorter. I need him. Yes, ma'am.
When you only will you be able to tell your friends when you finish taking the food without going to the doctor?
Yes, ma'am. Look. Yeah. I'm gonna show you right here. That's the honey I make. Let me go. So when you start detoxing, you start discharging, you're gonna start purging. So everything inside you is gonna come out. So you get to see it, right? So you get to see polyps, you get to see hydrogenated suppurativa, you get to see fibroids, my steam patch, you get to see cervical cancer, right? That's when you have an abnormal growth sitting on your cervix. Okay, sometimes you get your pap smear and she stick her fingers up there and she feels a lump and she'll take it for a biopsy. So she'll go up there and she'll cut it off for you. She's cutting into your flesh. She's cutting into your muscles, only to go test it, just to call you about 2 weeks later and say it was nothing. She keep cutting on you, right? Everybody know Henrietta Lacks? They was cutting on her cervix because they found out that her cervix had the cure for cancer. They was cutting on it. She never knew. She kept going to the doctor. She never knew that the whole time she was going to the doctor, they was cutting on her cervix because she had a cure sitting between her legs. And that cure starts off with HL for Henrietta Lacks. Her family just got a settlement from all them years. They just got a settlement because they capitalized on that woman's cervix. So I don't let nobody touch my cervix. I don't need you to touch my cervix. Touch your own cervix. Learn how to take your 2 fingers. You take your 2 fingers, same what the doctor do. You can take your leg, because you know what the doctor do, she make you scoot all the way down to your butt hang off the chair, right? You take your leg, you put it up on the toilet, you put it up on the sink, you get your leg nice and high. You take your 2 fingers, you're gonna put them inside your vagina. The depth of your vagina is 6 inches. Your finger only about 2.5. Once you put your fingers up there as far as you can go, you're gonna push down your lower tummy, just like the doctor do. Because her finger's short too. You're gonna push down on your lower tummy. This your cervix, this your uterus right here. Your uterus only this big, the size of your fist. This your uterus. So you ain't got to be all up here pushing, right? This right here is my vegan diet. You ain't got to be all up here pushing. You push right here. Push down on your uterus. And when you push on your uterus, your cervix gonna come down and you're gonna feel it on the tip of your fingers. It feel like a penis up there hanging out, or a mushroom top, or feel like your nose with a slit in the middle for when the babies come out, right? Feel around, go around and make sure she's smooth. Make sure she's not tender when you touch. A lot of people had pain during sex. You need to feel your cervix. And make sure there ain't no lumps on her. If you got a lump on your cervix, you're going to detox. The majority of the time we get lumps on our cervix is during ovulation time and our womb's trying to push something out that doesn't belong there. But it doesn't mean that you're testing positive for the human papillomavirus or cervical cancer, right? Because Black women aren't predominantly known for cervical cancer. We get fibroids. We don't get cervical cancer. Our vagina stay forever. Yes, brother. I've ignored her 3 times. I saw her putting her hand up.
Period pains, very severe cramps, and very severe period pain, even heavy flu. Do you have anything that can help out?
Now, let me tell you something before I answer her question. Because remember, we work off symptoms, diagnoses, and traumas. Right? So right now she has symptoms. So she has heavy bleeding, right? And heavy cramping, right? I'm going to ask you about all your traumas. And I'm going to ask you about all your diagnoses. I had heavy bleeding and cramping too because I still had a fetus inside my belly. But that don't mean that that's why you having heavy bleeding and cramping. You may not have ever had an abortion, right? So I'm going to rule some things out. Ultimately, you know I'm going to detox you for fibroids. And if I have to, I'm going to detox you for endometriosis, right? That's what I'm going to detox you for. That's what I'm going to detox you for. Oh, I know you talking about somebody else, Bernadette. Bernadette be lying. I know. All the little Black girls do. All of us do. It's like it's a trend. And it's very common. And see how you asking me, when that little Black girl goes to the doctor, tell the doctor that I'm hurting real bad when I have my period, you know what he gonna say? What you just said. Oh, that's real common for Black girls. And she gonna leave the doctor's office thinking it's real common and that it's normal till it's time for them to take her uterus from her. They gonna take her uterus from her. How you think all these gay men getting wombs? Did y'all see it on Facebook? Somebody donated like a bag of wombs. They trying to figure out where he get them wombs from. Right. You got white women that's infertile. She ain't got no womb. She don't have no eggs. White women can't have no baby like a Black woman can have a baby. So she need a womb. And you got these young Black girls right here don't know nothing about her womb. The doctor gonna take your womb from you. And he gonna go give it to the next person. That's just life. That's just how it is. That's just the mark of the beast. So the only thing you can do is take care of yourself and prevent it from happening, right? And take care of your daughters, right? If you suffer from the herpes simplex virus, you're gonna detox for the herpes simplex virus. The herpes simplex virus can turn into a syndrome if you don't detox, right? HIV is a virus. It turns to the syndrome if you don't cleanse yourself, right? Same thing go for HIV goes into a syndrome. Herpes simplex virus also goes into a syndrome. So you want to make sure that you're detoxing for the herpes simplex virus. If you had a herpes simplex virus and you're taking Valtrex, Valtrex is going to stop you from having your outbreaks, right? That's what doctors say. Take your Valtrex, you don't have any outbreaks. Don't you know if you never had an outbreak, you would have never known you had herpes? Hold on. Everybody having these side conversations. Miss Bernadette about to come shut all that down. 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, Miss Bernadette about to shut all that down. What you want, sweetheart? Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna go through her symptoms and her traumas, remember? Look, that's endometriosis right there. I'm gonna go to my website. Look, I'm gonna go to my website. You're gonna see this better. Hold on. You're gonna go over her, you're gonna go through her traumas and her symptoms, right? Let me show you this on my website. What's up, Indigo? These are the people on YouTube. What's up, Mert Mert? Hey, Miss Gooden. These are my people on YouTube. These are the people who love me. Some languages I can't speak. Hello. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna show you these pictures. And that's what the women want to know most importantly. When you start doing your detox, how you know that you're clearing yourself out of everything. And my website is realyonipearls.com. So you can go in there and click on the discharge tab so you can see it as well, right? So when you're going through your detox, you'll start, you keep your pearls in for your 72 hours, or you can keep it up to 7 days. It'll discharge on its own. But as you're going through your detox process, whatever ailments that you were suffering from, you'll start seeing that in your discharge. So whether it's fibroids, endometriosis, the herpes simplex virus, polycystic ovarian syndrome, abnormal cysts of the ovaries, excessive yeast, candida, like anything, whatever it requires you to take medicine or to go have to see a doctor. Like, you want to be as natural as possible because your body can't read a chemical protein, okay? So a lot of us, it's 2020. It's 2020 right now. It's 2020 and we can send the monkeys to the moon and we got a cure for Ebola. But ain't no cure for them fibroids, right? So at some point you got to say, well, I'm not going to keep focusing on doctors to take care of me because it's 2020. It's 2020. Like, if you don't get it by now, something wrong. Like, something really wrong, right? So all the herbs that I put in these pearls, when you put this pearl inside your vagina, you sit it next to your cervix, it's going to dissolve. It's going to shed. All of them herbs, it's going to shed, okay? It's going to cause your walls to shed. If you got a hormonal imbalance, that means your yin and your yang thrown off. We don't know if you want to be a boy or a girl. Then we got to balance out your hormones. A lot of people have a hormonal imbalance because they're taking drugs. This your mama. You're going to have to help her, baby. Okay? You got to help your mama. She gave me 3 minutes. Come on, tell them. Tell them it's over. Tell them the break. Tell them it's break time. Oh, I'm wrapping up. It's 7 o'clock. Oh, this is my American time. Oh, y'all got to leave me. Where you going? They didn't even get no.
You want to give an extra 10 minutes to Ivy, where she can just complete and answer whatever question. Is that okay? It's okay with you?
Y'all do y'all 100 pearl giveaway. You come on the Real Yoni Pearls on Instagram. You take your 100 people. You get your 100 pearls. You get your money up. Okay? Get your money up. Take good care of yourself. I'm not here for sales. I'm here for education. For real. Right? We got a giveaway over there on the table. The raffle. We are doing a giveaway from over there on that table. Granted, I didn't give y'all the same level of education as I gave the first crew. However, as long as y'all had y'all thinking caps on, y'all can win something. Okay? This your boyfriend right here. That's your boyfriend. Okay. He gonna detox the scroll tonight. Real Yoni Pearls, RealYoniPearls. RYONI. Pearls, Pearls. This one? Real young. Yes, ma'am, that's me, Alex and Darius. Yep, that's me. Because Mr. Joseph has worked with me since 2014. He's been selling my product in Trinidad since 2014. So it's my first time coming to Trinidad to sit with Mr. Joseph. But he been hustling real good since 2014. But Mr. Joseph can't take the entire Trinidad Tobago. He can't. Just like I can't take the world, right? Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you, Miss Bernadette. Give me that soap.
So Ivy has,
Give me that soap, Miss Bernadette.
Ivy has more than, are we ready? Ivy has more than 400 products.
Product variations.
Obviously, we can't talk about all of them, a lot of product variations. So she's going to explain some of what she has. Every single product is natural herbs.
That's right. I blend everything with my hands.
Blended up together in her lab, of course, at
In South Carolina.
and she continues to experiment. Just like a telescope in the lab and doing stuff. So she has many. You know, I still have a little issue. I have to get accustomed to this. You know,
No, you don't. You don't have to get accustomed to that. She don't have to get accustomed to that.
You also, right? So she's go ahead.
You don't have to get accustomed. You don't have to get accustomed to that.
Oh, we're starting with this one.
So we have
It's for you to smell, right?
we have 9 pearls, which is for the vagina. But remember, your ovaries are connected to your lymphatic system, right? And your lymphatic system, it ends underneath your arms, under your neck, your nipples, your vagina, and your rectum, right? That's your lymphatic system. So it's everywhere where you become porous, where you can drain, okay? And because you become porous and drain, your lymphatic system also takes in. So whatever you put on your skin, your body absorbs it, right? So we got the pearls for your vagina, your cervix, your womb. But because it's connected to your lymphatic system, we made your salve. So the same herbs that we use, like for the herpes simplex virus, the same herbs that's in that pearl is in the salve. The same herbs that's for the STD, we put in the salve, right? And so on and so forth for every pearl that we make, because we're gonna give you a full body detox. So you can cleanse your vagina, cleanse your cervix, cleanse your womb. I'm gonna cleanse your entire body, right? So this is your lymphatic system style. Also, if you want to use it, if you want to have intercourse, like your man ain't detoxing, rub this on his penis. If you're not in a position to rub this on his penis, but he got some money, then you go get the scrotum detox collection and you get the scrotum polish, and you rub that on his penis before you have sex. Okay? It's a good lubricant and it's healing you in the process. Okay? So that's the womb healing side. Before you put on deodorant or anything else underneath your arms, you rub this on. So when you become porous and start sweating, it's going to absorb it and bring it back into your lymphatic system, okay? If you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, you're going to get the bumps on your neck, you're going to get the facial hairs. You got to rub this on there so we can detox you, right? So we don't add any fragrance or anything to it. So it's no, we ain't making it fancy, smashy, nasty. It's not Bed Bath & Beyond, Victoria's Secret, none of that. This is strictly so you can cleanse yourself and heal yourself. Yes, love. You want this one? Yeah, here, baby. Little sweetheart. This one right here for STDs. That's the STD style right there. So you'll see the acronyms on the front on the stickers. So those are for the different symptoms. The soaps that I make is specifically for a symptom. Yeah. So any other soap you're using at home, set it to the side. I don't know what they use over in Trinidad, but at home, my girls back at home, they love Summer's Eve and Masking, right? Because it masks the smell, right? It's gonna mask it. It's gonna stop you from stinking temporarily. It's gonna try to help you with your pH balance. But the moment you ain't got no Summer's Eve at home, the moment you don't have no Max and Gill at home, you're gonna lose your mind. You're going to lose your mind because you're going to do everything in your power. Go get that soap because you know if you ain't got that soap, your vagina's stinking tonight. Okay? I tell men all the time, go to your girlfriend house. If she got Summer's Eve in her bathroom, she got a problem. And if that's your girl, she got Summer's Eve, I'm telling you, she got to fix it down there. You understand that? That's anybody, everybody. If you got master heal something, all that stuff in your bathroom, it's because you're masking your pH. The soaps that we make is designed to balance your pH. It's going to stop the odor. It's going to heal you, and it's also antibacterial. A lot of women come to me, they're like, Ivy, my vagina real sensitive. I'm like, what you wash with? I don't use Dove. Dove ain't even cleansing you properly. It's not detox. It ain't healing you. Your vagina is sensitive because you've been ran through so many times. One more bit gonna shut it down. That's when you're sensitive. A woman's vagina is sensitive because it done been through too much. My vagina was sensitive, and she was still ratchet. Now, this is all I use. So if you have any other soap in your house that you use to wash your vagina, wash your body with, just go ahead and set it to the side. I done had some women use my product, and because I know my soap costs $25. Okay? Yes, ma'am. I aim to please. But she can go to Walmart and get a 6-pack of Dove for $7. Right? So she'll use my product, and then she go to Walmart and buy the Dove. You know what she end up doing? She get to calling, can I just buy some more soap? Because I tried to use something else and it just didn't work right. I already know. Oh no, 25 US. I don't do TTs. Yes, ma'am. I do. That TT thing is hard. Yeah, that's real hard for me. USD, yes ma'am, USD, and then the powder. I'm gonna open this up for y'all. If you wanna shake it, don't break it. The PCOS powder, we also have it for the herpes and for high super tipple. You get boils between your thighs from PCOS. We get boils on our clitoris, our labia, our rectum, our butt, wherever his penis touches first. If you got the herpes simplex virus, that's when we get our outbreak, right? And we're going to get that outbreak every 28 days as long as we ain't taking Valtrex. If you take your Valtrex, you might as well go ahead and stop, because as long as you take Valtrex, you're harboring the virus. You're stopping your outbreaks. Your immune system has to be programmed to give you outbreaks. That's the only way the virus leaves your body. So if you take the Valtrex, you tell your body, keep the virus. We love it, okay? So with your outbreaks, you get wet, you leak, you pus. We make the powder for you. That's going to keep you dry. And the same herbs that go into the virus pearl goes into the powder, right? Same thing goes for the scrubs that we make. They can pass these around. You can pass these Bernadette. Come on, sweetheart. She don't get like the prices, right? Come here, baby. Take that off for me right there. You get them. Y'all, you might as well shake some of that in your hand. No, nobody have to buy no PCOS powder from me, sweetheart. I told Mr. Joseph, I brought all that luggage over here. They didn't realize how much it was supposed to bring luggage here. I told Mr. Joseph the luggage ain't going back. Right? So that's y'all. So yeah, so have fun with it, right? And I made that. Like everything you looking at, I made it myself, right? So scrub, this next. This that scrub. So if you do have boils, you have your boils or blemishes between your thighs, your breasts, underneath your arm, your neck, you get them dark spots on your skin. Then we have an exfoliator.
Dark spots under the arm.
Under your arms, your neck, your breasts, you get dark spots on your skin. That's your exfoliator, okay? And of course, we have used it with herbs. We also have used it with the activated charcoal. You can check that out. On my website is 35 USD. So you know what you can do. You know today everybody get a savings today. You just gotta follow me. You gotta follow me and follow Mr. Joseph. His is Frederick Health Fantasy, because he the man with the master plan over here, not me.
And everybody who attended this time, gets 10% discount.
Yeah, you get a savings.
Whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, and if you're not ready to buy, you're still gonna get a 10% when you come back
And
to the shop and get
and if you say, listen, because this ain't none of this mine, it's all God's. This ain't none of this mine. That's why Moses his position in life and told people that he's eating water. This ain't none of this right here mine. So if you say, I don't have the money for all of that, all I got is 10 TT, give me your 10 TT. Because your womb health is more important than my income. I'm blessed. I'm blessed already. I'm good. I done been poor several times. It's okay. Come on. This for your boyfriends. It's for your boyfriend. It's for the Peter Jeter. It's called King Collection. It's a King Collection. Because, I elevate men all the time. So, yeah, this is a King Collection. So, he going to use this to wash up with. He going to wash his penis, his scrotum, his rectum, all over his body. He going to feel it. So when he get in the shower and wash up with this, he gotta have like a car wash effect. That means he gotta wash it real good, get it nice and soapy. Yeah, get it nice and soapy. Yeah. He gonna lather, he has to lather up real good, get it nice and soapy down here. This is his soap. Your husband get a soap, your husband got a scrotum polish. Just like you got a style and moisturize quick. This your husband. So you make sure that you have, did you get that to them over there too? Come on, take the scrotum polish out. Here, Miss Bernadette, give them that scrotum polish. Go ahead. It's the soap you use daily. Yes, ma'am, because it's a lifestyle. Look, I mean, you do your detox, right? Because you're not going to have to be forever. Nobody has to be forever. So once you do your detox, once you do your detox, I had more than one collection. Remember she said I go 400 products. So I had what we call a sweet pussy collection. My sweet pussy collection is all fruit. So we got fruit soap, fruit butter, fruit powder, fruit scrub. That's your vitamins for your body. And it tastes like that fruit because that's all you're cleansing yourself with, right? And then we have the Goddess collection, which is under my name. So that's all my luxury end. So you got your Goddess oil, your Goddess butter, Goddess body wash, which is gemstone therapy. We put real rubies, real pearls, moringa. We use our gemstone therapy, right? So just like Elizabeth Arden has diamonds, I got it in myself too. So we got the Goddess collection, we got the Sweet Pussy collection, the Johnny Angel Mariah collection, the King collection, and Chesterian Red, which is our Yoni eggs. We do Yoni eggs, the bronze, the sage. We do that too. So if you want that love boat like me, then you get your Yoni eggs, get popping. So those the whole collection. Yes, ma'am.
After from today, when you purchase today, is it like you buying it from him? Is that you put up over here or you order it online and you ship it to us?
You buy it from Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph got everything downstairs in the store. It's right downstairs.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am. Tell them who you are calling, Mr. Joseph.
I got some ideas and also let me let you know that I sent you to that. As a matter of fact, she know that I'm not like much of money, but she give me the cost of it. Well, she allowed me to, because what is that? How much for this?
You want the US?
Yes. Or the pearl? How much is the pearl?
US is 20 each. My pearls go for 20 each, and then we have the generics for 5.
You know, like 60 by 7, like $40 I'm selling myself this for $225.
Yeah. Yeah, he gonna.
This has nothing to do with Skybox, custom and so I don't know how long to do that.
I don't know what all that is.
So I remember someone said they're gonna order it. I know they're gonna pay more.
Yeah, because I gotta ship it to you. Unless if you got that box in Miami, like Mr. Joseph has a box in Miami, so I ship to Miami and then it gets to him. Okay?
The one from the Skybox and custom.
Right. Right. Mr. Joseph is the only person in Trinidad with Yoni pearls. So if somebody says that they have it, ask them who is Ivy, and they're gonna block you. It's not real. They're not giving you this. You know what? Are you in that group right now? Oh, I was gonna tell you go in there. I was gonna tell you go in there. So they gonna put you out the group.
I know this. I have something I want to get close, yes. You want to
Yeah. You gotta do the raffle.
Let's just officially close and we're gonna do our vote of thanks.
When we officially close, what that mean?
Folks can come and get whatever. Yeah.
Come on, sweetheart. I've been using them since 2009. So now I do it every month after my period. But initially I was doing them back to back when even after I started detoxing, I still caught STDs because I still wasn't really doing too good for myself. I was just detox, keep my vagina tight, right? So when you contract the STD, I had to do multiple cleanses because the STD is pathogens that's destroying tissues, okay? And that tissues create polyps and it creates fibroids, okay? When you first get your kit, like I sell 10 pearl kits. So you get 10 pearls, soap, salt, honey, tea, and ion pads. Right? You can do one pearl at a time. That means you detox it for 2 months because you take a break for your period. If you gun ho, that means you're using more than one pearl at a time. So you can use 2 pearls or 3 pearls. That's going to shorten your detoxing time. Right? You can get it down to 1.
Take out the money
Man.
this evening to get these stuff. So thank you so much, and I'll turn you over to Mr.
Shagalicious.
Well, she said that she had the environment with a 10%. Let me say all those who live in the same house. And any two persons are living in the same house? Same house? All right. I'm going to give you this card. This is at 10%. Right?
She said they're in the same house.
This, I'm going to give you this.
Oh, this girl about to show me some. What's up?
What's this?
Oh, she said she's for today. She said she's Look, he's not real. She's not real. She's there. We got one base in here. These are
Okay, well, go ahead and again.
Yes, but that's a pearl. And don't put the egg in your vagina because
I'm going to pass this.
so you don't make it turn the shots. Which one was it? 3 or something? Oh, he the pastor.
Everyone involved, we come to the precious Almighty name of Jesus.
I mean, she's a dynamic speaker. She can speak all night.
Yes, I can, Mr. Joseph. Yes, I can.
Not only does she lecture us on health, but she's a powerful black woman. She did all the black people apparently. She never calls black people face. And I saw some men today in church. I'm going to ask her a question. I'm going to ask her if she needs white people. Once she see white people, no matter white people.
Yeah, I said, where these white people come from? I know white people over here.
What the white has done, and there is a.
Yeah, they over here too.
So, you know. She wants to take a picture of you, see where she has
Today? Okay, I got you. She gonna take a picture. Who taking this picture? You taking a picture with me, mama? Come in, baby. Yes, ma'am. Where you going? Give me your picture. Give me your picture.
All this kind of material.
Where's my milk? That's it right there. That's my name. Abby.
To Jerry's. And
That's my website and my telephone number, 143-620-3079. And you got a brochure, didn't you? You got your brochure? Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, precious. What you need, baby? You want my contact information? You got your right here. Okay. I'm putting it on there. Ain't nobody gonna take a picture with me? I'm waiting.